Hey everybody, welcome back to Land Yacht Garage. In today's video, we will be back to work on my 96 F350. In case you're new to the channel, this is my 96 F350. It's been in my family since 1998. It's a 96, like I said. I ended up getting it. It was my great-grandfather's. My grandfather got it in 2018. We ran it until 2022, and I got it in 2022, and since then I've rebuilt it twice. So, in today's video, I'm hoping to get pretty much wrapped up. Well, not really. I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks I will have it running in yard driving. It has no brakes or anything. It's still a far way away. As you can see, motor has nothing on it. I dropped the heads off at the machine shop Monday, and today's Wednesday, and they're good to go. I had two snapped off front intake bolts. Highly recommend, in case anybody's in the New Hampshire area, KJE Machine Shop in Rochester. I brought all of my work to them. It's really great prices and really quick turnover time. So, we go ahead. So, I gotta order new radiator support mounts today. That's no big deal. $60. I have all the mating surfaces cleaned up. Some new head gaskets I had kicking around. Cleaned up the piston. This was only a 120,000 mile motor anyway. But cleaned everything up. It's all good to go. So just gotta wait a couple of hours to go pick them up because I don't have a vehicle right now. So I'll see you guys when I get the heads back from the machine shop. And I cut out a little piece of the frame here for the oil filter. I know I mentioned that in a couple of videos. So see you guys when I get the heads back. And it is now hours later, and I got my heads back. Yes, the paint already looks like absolute shit. That VHT stuff, 100% don't recommend. Did a great job, as always. KJE did a great job getting those, drilling them out. One thing that isn't a huge deal, but pissed me off is I took off the manifolds that I just put on with brand new metal gaskets. For some reason, they peeled them off. I'm not sure why they would need to. Maybe the machine they put them in or whatever. Luckily, I ended up finding two spares. These are paper. Not as good, but oh well. So I gotta get the heads cleaned up and get them on here. Well, heads are set on there. Cleaned them up and everything. This was definitely filth from the machine shop. Tell the difference. So, whatever. I don't care. I'll touch it up later with spray paint. I don't care. Yes, I am reusing the old head bolts. Cry about it. Reused them before. Whatever. When you are torquing pretty much any head, tighten them down. You want to do 3 stages. I want to say it's 30, 60, and then 80, I want to say. I'll look it up again before I tighten them down. But you want to tighten from the inside out. And so there you go. So let's go ahead and get these heads bolted on. So I'm finger tightening all the bolts. And, well, I looked. And I'm like, wait. Those don't look like they were just machined. I put the heads on backwards. So, yes, they need to go on the other way. Did not realize you can do that. Okay, heads are on properly. Yeah, heads are on properly. I guess now I'm going to go ahead and do the push rods, the rocker arms and everything. And then do valve covers. And then do my intake. I don't have 2 bolts for these. Well, I might. I'm going to have to look through because I have no idea how long they're supposed to be. Which, obviously, I can go off in these ones, but I haven't even looked. So, maybe I'll have some in stock. If not, I'll go to the hardware store tomorrow, but that's not going to stop me from putting the intake on. So, let's just continue progress. Okay, valve train is in. So, on these ones, these are non-adjustable rocker arms. So you just torque the bolts. I think it's 30 to 40. I can't remember the exact torque spec. I still got to torque them. But typically, if you have adjustable rocker arms, what you want to do is when the lifter's all the way down, obviously, you want to tighten them down. And then as you're tightening, you want to keep tightening until there's a little bit of drag on the push rod. And then what you do is you turn in another quarter or half a turn to put a little preload on the hydraulic lifter. So I'm going to go ahead and torque these down and then put my valve covers on in the intake. Okay, so we're almost to the same spot I was Monday, except now today's Wednesday. Tomorrow the September subscriber update's uploading, so I gotta actually go and that's edited. I just have to upload it to YouTube. So yeah, still gotta put the manifolds on to be in the same spot I was Monday, but whatever. I'll do those later. Tomorrow I am gonna call AutoZone and see if they sell single injectors because one of the injectors from this truck ended up in the Bronco. So I hope they sell single injectors so I don't have to buy a whole set, because if I'm buying a whole set, I'm just going to buy the high performance ones now. And I'm going to go and buy some more engine paint because there's a lot of touch-ups to do on this thing. But I'm going to get this intake set on, and I'm not sure if it's kind of a fitting right there. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like that or if it's broken. It's not broken, it's just a swivel. But if that is gonna leak, I'll just replace it, no big deal. I'm gonna set the intake on with no gaskets or RTV, which obviously the gaskets are gonna space it up a little bit, because I need to know how much gap is in between the china, so I can build the china wall. Because when I did it on the 408 stroker earlier in the summer, I built a pretty decent china wall. For some reason, on the Edelbrock intake, it was like a 3/8 of an inch gap. So that's fine. It hasn't been leaking, but I want to see how much gap's here so I don't make the same mistake and waste a bunch of RTV and then have to go buy more. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, grab the intake bolts, going to find those. So I might have got a little distracted and forgot to film, but there you go. Does not look good. Just shitty paint. My fault. Whatever. I'm not going to redo it. Distributors in, I think, properly. Not sure. Intake is on. That was a pain in the ass. Yeah. Hopefully it don't leak. Got the wiring harness on. Got the whole front accessories on, just with the exception of water pump pulley and fan, because I'm still working in here and I don't want a fan right there. So I gotta hook up the power steering. Gotta put my screws in here for the mounts for my AC line. Get that plumbed in. Gonna call AutoZone tomorrow, see if they sell singular injectors, which I hope they do, like I've already said. And then I can get the plenum on. I gotta get a can of spray paint anyway for the plenum, because that I ran out of spray paint on. And yeah, so, which I made a lot of progress. This has been in 3 hours since I just started putting the heads on. And I have to wait a week for my radiator support mounts to come in. I just ordered them off in Bronco Graveyard earlier today, so I can't put my front end on until they're in, which really sucks. Should have ordered them a while ago, but I didn't know how much the machine shop was going to charge and all that. put my manifolds on tomorrow. So I am going to be done for today. I'll be out here tomorrow. I still got to do vacuum lines and all that stuff, mount my coil. Still a bunch of other stuff I have to do, but making progress, finally. So see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so it is now the morning. Last night I looked on AutoZone website. They don't sell single injectors, they only sell sets. So I ended up finding a single one on carparts.com. Ordered that, 20 bucks, whatever. So I figured that shouldn't stop me from getting progress done. So as you can see, the Bronco's back here. I'm just going to take the one injector back out of this because this is currently out of gas anyway. So, Ranger still sitting here. Let me know. I really like this Bronco, but I just don't know what to do with it. The body is just so far gone. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can tell me what I should do with this thing. Obviously, it won't be until probably next spring. But let me know what you think I should do with this thing. Because I've had a ton of interest. I mean, I've had this thing up on Marketplace for $1,000 for over a month and a half. And, well, now that would cause a misfire. So the new injector I put in hasn't even been firing. Goodness. So yeah, let me know what I should do with this. Since I can't sell it. Yeah, the body is really bad. Like, the only way this body would be savable is if I bought a $1,500 rotisserie and pulled the body off and put it on a rotisserie. And even then, ugh. So, yeah, I'm going to get this injector out. Retrieved. Well, let's see if this fuel rail that I met some guy off in a Facebook group in an Irving parking lot that I got for free works. Should, maybe. I don't know. So, I'm going to get my coil mounted. I don't think there's much else to do around here. So, I'm going to get the top end of the motor buttoned up. Well, we're getting wrapped up here. Yes, I still got to paint this. Like I said, ran out of paint. I can just get, portable masking tape, a piece of cardboard, and touch it up. So, fuel injectors went in fine. Everything went together fine. However, this, I forgot, it was here, and it somehow got bent. And this sensor was so fragile, it just snapped it off. So that kind of sucks. What are you going to do? Oh, well. I got to look and see if I have a throttle body gasket and an EGR gasket, because I'm going to put the EGR on as a placeholder. I have it blocked off, though. So, and I got to do my manifolds. So, I thought I had a throttle body gasket. Turns out, I don't. I just called a local parts store, $2, and they are delivering it. So, that should be here soon, and then I can wrap up everything. Well, not everything, pretty much everything. I still got to figure out vacuum lines. Oh, more progress has been made. Got the throttle body on. Gotta find another bolt for the EGR. Vacuum lines are ran. Not particularly happy with how they ran. You're supposed to put the vacuum lines on before you put on the plenum. But, oh well. It just sticks out a little bit right there. Gonna free up my throttle body that's stuck. Got my serpentine belt on. Got my fan on. Got a strap up there. One manifold is put back on. Power steering lines are hooked up. Just gonna tighten them down. So we're making progress. I have, like I said earlier, I have radiator support mounts on order. I just ordered new O2 sensors because I gotta have my neighbor weld on. So on 94 F350, because I wanted true dual exhaust on this, and 94 F350s had the cat after the Y pipe. So what I did is same engine, 5.8. I ordered a 94 F350 exhaust, and that's a good Y pipe, and then it comes back to a flange, which you can just cut off and then do exhaust pipe off in that. But 94 used OBD1, so it only has one O2 sensor. And 96s had two upstream O2s and one downstream O2. So I only have the downstream, so I gotta have my neighbor weld on just nuts on each downpipe, so then I can have three O2 sensors, so I won't have a check engine light. And if I really feel good, feel motivated, I'll just get the spacers for the O2 sensor, so I don't have a check engine light, which I don't even think the cat on these triggered a check engine light. But if it does, I'll just get the spacers for the O2 sensors. So then I can get my Y pipe on. I guess at some point I should get motor mount bolts and actually bolt the motor in and do torque converter and starter and stuff. So she's coming along, so I'll probably see you guys when I get more parts in, because I'm pretty much wrapped up here. I just got to do a bunch of little stupid things, like my other manifold. So it's pretty much nighttime now. Got busy doing other things, whatever. I just got the transmission cooler lines in because it is way easier to put these in when there's no front end of the truck. You just slide them right in and then done. Ask me how I know. So got this radiator hose on, gotta tighten up the clamps. I got a bunch of things to tighten up. So that's gonna do it for tonight, and I'm gonna go ahead and continue working on it tomorrow. So see you guys tomorrow. So it's the next day. I have a couple of things on the agenda today. I went to do torque converter bolts last night, and figured out that I completely lost them. So I ordered some off on Amazon. They'll be here tomorrow. My O2 sensors and the water pump bypass hose should be here today. And still waiting on my radiator support mounts, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet and do something that I've had to do for a long time. That is painting all the spots that I missed on the frame. So if I can find a paintbrush, I'm going to do that. Still have some left over right there. So, and then I gotta tighten down the transmission cooler lines. Gotta tighten down the power steering lines. Tighten a couple coolant hoses. Just gonna go over and wrap everything that I can up. I think I want to do a couple more. Oh, I want to put the starter in. That's another one that I want to do. If I can. I'm not sure if I can get to the wires once it's bolted in or not. I think that was about it. I still got to figure out a dry shaft. I got to take the yoke off in one dry shaft, put on another and stuff. So, I'm not sure. Might do that today. Probably not. So, I'm going to go ahead, break out a paintbrush, and start painting. So, I just got my bypass hose. This said it wouldn't fit a 96 F150 with a 5.8. Which, kind of, sort of. There is, well, yeah. I'm going to try to tighten it down with a hose clamp. If not, I'll try to find the right one. Amazon didn't sell it, so I'd have to go, obviously, to a different place. So, I'm just going to try to tighten that down. So, it is now nighttime. Today's project, driveway expansion, is coming along. If you guys watch subscriber update, you guys can't see anything, but just trust me that all of this is now filled in. Still got to do some more tomorrow, but anyway, not what I wanted to, not what this is for. Bam! Well, not much has changed. I'm cleaning up those. Tomorrow I'm going to the dry shaft. I need to drop this off at a shop. So this yoke is an F-150 yoke that needs to go into that transfer case, and this is the 7.3 dry shaft. Well, here's the U-joint size difference. Doesn't really pick up on camera very well, but obviously the F350 U-joint's way bigger. So I'm not sure how to do conversion U-joints and all that stuff. So I gotta drop that off at a dry shaft shop and have them do a conversion U-joint. Yeah. Unless I can figure, I might try to do it myself, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. If I can figure out what number this U-joint is and what number this U-joint is, then I could find a conversion one for those two numbers. So, I just did some adjustments on this door. It is now shutting way better. And there's not a big gap in the weather stripping. O2 sensors came in today. They just came in a couple of, 30 minutes ago. So my neighbor's coming up tomorrow, and he is gonna weld in nuts onto my exhaust and weld the crack in the frame. There's a tiny crack right there. Right there. Yep, right there. So he's gonna go ahead and weld that up because before that turns into a big crack. And then I'm gonna go and get 2 nuts for the O2 sensor. I gotta get bolts for my motor mounts because the motor mounts aren't fully bolted in yet. Get bolts for these because my supports will be in Monday. Today's Friday. Get bolts for my shocks. Buy a paintbrush. And then pretty much she's gonna be wrapped up with another couple of days worth of work. So I guess I will see you guys maybe tomorrow or Monday at the latest. So same night. With a little bit of figuring out, the 96 F-150 U-joint is a 1330. The 97 F350 U-joint is a 1350. So on Amazon, you can get a 1330 to 1350 conversion U-joint for about 21 bucks. So that saves me money from sending it to a dry shaft shop. So go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and get one of those on order. Wow, this one hasn't even rusted. It's been on there for years. So it is now the next day, and it is now raining. I got O2 sensors now, ish, within reason. Welded the nuts on, and then I couldn't find the right nuts at the hardware store, so I kind of just, welded the O2 sensor on. I'm not doing O2 sensors in this, and I'd rather have a welded in O2 sensor than an exhaust leak. Wow, can't even tell there was a crack there. So I have parts coming in today. Nothing that I can really use until I get the truck together more. So see you guys when I get more parts. So I'm actually looking at the storage on my phone, and I am pretty much out of storage. So I guess that will do it for part 1 of this. So stay tuned next week where we will be putting the front end on and maybe get the truck running. We'll have to see. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I will see you guys in the next one. Uh-huh.